We just heard from Louis Martinez a little bit about the threat picture right now coming from Iran. Have you been briefed at all on that intelligence, and do you buy the threat the administration is laying out?
There hasn't been a comprehensive presentation of the intelligence that the administration keeps citing. This is something that's necessary for us in Congress to see. What we have heard so far has been shallow and superficial at best. What we're seeing instead are actions coming from President Trump and his administration, led by John Bolton, that are dangerously escalating us closer and closer towards a devastating war with Iran.
Do you think they're exaggerating the threat? Do you think, as someone who served in Iraq, you know well the lead up to the Iraq war, do you see parallels here? Is this something that our country may...
You know, I've served in the Army National Guard now for over 16 years and went through this same thing in Iraq, a war that was championed by people like John Bolton, who lied to us and the American people, saying, you know, Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction. He's going to give them to al-Qaeda, evidence that turned out to be false. But that led us to a devastating war in Iraq that took over 4,000 American service members' lives, injuring many more, killing and injuring countless Iraqis, and strengthening terrorist groups like ISIS and al-Qaeda. The reality of what we're seeing here is it appears John Bolton is using that same playbook once again to lead our country into war with Iran, a war that the American people need to understand would be far more costly and devastating than anything that we saw in the war in Iraq. Costly on American lives, costly in terms of taxpayer dollars that would pay for this war, costly in the lives of the Iranian people and those in the region who would be dealing with the consequences of this war, what to speak of an exacerbated refugee crisis that we'd see across Europe.